What could make a king break God's own command and seek help from the dead? One night, a king became so desperate. He broke God's command and tried to speak with the dead. This was the final night of King Saul. In the final days of Saul's reign, fear filled his heart. The Philistine army had gathered for war, and their numbers were overwhelming. As Saul looked across the battlefield, he felt something he had never felt before: terror. In the past, whenever Saul needed guidance, he sought the Lord. But this time when he prayed, he heard nothing. No dreams. No prophets. No answer. Desperate and afraid, Saul made a decision that would haunt his legacy forever. Years earlier, he had driven all mediums and spirit callers out of Israel because God had forbidden such practices. Anyone who spoke with spirits was forbidden in the land. Yet now, in secret, the same king whispered to his servants, "Find me a woman who can call up spirits." Fear had pushed him to seek guidance in the very place God warned him to avoid. They answered nervously, "There is a medium in Endor." That night, Saul disguised himself and traveled through the darkness with 2 men. When they arrived, he knocked quietly at the woman's house. "Suspicious," she said. "You know what King Saul has done. He removed mediums from the land. Why are you setting a trap for me?" Saul swore to her, "As surely as the Lord lives, you will not be punished." Even in disobedience, he used God's name, a reminder that spiritual titles do not always mean spiritual obedience. Then he made his shocking request: "Bring up Samuel." Samuel, the prophet who once guided him, was dead. The woman began her ritual. The room grew still. The air felt heavy. Then suddenly, she saw something that terrified her. She screamed. She had seen something she did not expect: a spirit rising from the earth. In that moment, she realized the truth. "You are Saul," she cried. Saul fell face down and asked, "What do you see?" She answered, "I see a spirit, an old man wrapped in a robe." And Saul knew immediately. It was Samuel. Trembling, Saul spoke, "Why have you disturbed me by bringing me up?" Then Samuel said, "Why do you ask me for guidance, when the Lord has already turned away from you?" Then came the words that froze Saul's blood. "The Lord has torn the kingdom from your hands and given it to David. And tomorrow, you and your sons will be with me." Silence filled the room. Saul collapsed to the ground in fear. The king, who once stood taller than every man in Israel, now lay trembling in the darkness, because his end had already been spoken. The next day, on the battlefield, the prophecy came true. Saul and his sons were dead, exactly as Samuel had said. The king, who once stood taller than every man in Israel, fell on the battlefield the very next day. Sometimes, when fear replaces faith, even a king can lose his way.